The sandbox because of all the desert. I mean, it takes place in Egypt. I mean, you can't really be mad. There's. Oh my goodness. Yo, what the?
Where are you? Going left or right? Come on! Yo, we got.
Haven't figured it out. Hardened veteran. Master of Fate. There it is. That's the platinum. I don't know why it's.
This isn't the time, Sergeant. What?
He's fine, Adams.
Come on, come on, come on. Ha! Got him! Got him! Now watch the dog kill me in one hit. Ha ha ha! I guess, yeah, there's more. Because it's like...
Right. This is the one that ends with Ouroboros.
I mean, it's going to be over in like 2 seconds. Just fucking...
One rocket, right in the face. That's all it takes. He's like, "Ooh, look at me, I'm a giant slimy slug monster," and then poof, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm a dead giant slimy slug."
Who's going to get the kill? Who's going to get the kill?
Monster. Me?
I don't even think she said warning. It just went like early 2000s like screen name. I love it. It's very classy. Come on, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. There we go. They're gonna see me. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Ha ha ha! You didn't know I had more traps. Ha ha ha! Genshin Impact is such a No, no, shit! Damn it! No, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. How about this? Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, guys. I kind of just want to be done with this game. And I was playing it a bit off stream. My intention was that I would get to a point where I only needed to do like 1 or 2 more things. So I could start a stream and just finish this game and just immediately move on to the next one. Well, I don't know what the next one's going to be. I'm fearing that I'm actually overcomplicating this whole, you know, What before was just whatever game I felt like playing. Now it's a bit more complicated, but I'm curious to see what happens with it. So I have a wheel of names that has all of the games that have been submitted so far in it. But I just realized something. Let's say all of them, but I think all of them but two, all the games but two, right, are games that I don't own. So I need to go get them, which takes time. And you know, like, and well, what I could do is just buy all the games beforehand. How many deaths do you have left? I mean, I can't die at all. Okay. I'm pretty sure, I was pretty sure before, that I have 0 deaths right now. And what I have left to do is, I don't think you can die while you're doing it. Basically, what you're about to see is a borderline walking simulator cutscene, which will go into the end of the game. And if I get to the end of the game and nothing pops, I don't know. I played through this whole game in probably like 7 or 8 hours. Like, I'm getting faster, at the very least. Kaz game while you wait for it to arrive. I was thinking about that. Like, god damn it. I want to play this game. I want to play this game. I might play One Piece Odyssey in the meantime. I don't know. I think, so in my head, you know, I want to put on a good stream for everybody, you know? But there's a part of me that thinks, like, maybe the things that I focus on so much, no one else really cares about, you know? Like, I think that people that discover the stream via what game I'm playing, like, they want to see that game being played. But I have a feeling that maybe people that have been here a while, like people that have been here like you, Sumo, and people that have been here like you, Sourdough, like, the individual game doesn't matter that much, you know? Can't just focus on one. Yeah. Remember Kaz and Plat pull game concurrently? Yeah. Maybe I should do like Monday through Wednesday is the Kaz game, and Thursday through Friday is like the Plat pool game, you know? But let me finish my thought. I'm always, so it's not as bad as it used to be, but I used to be very sensitive about, like, oh, are people having a good time? Are people enjoying themselves? Am I being nice to everybody? Am I, you know, I used to be very, like, self-conscious about that. And I am still also a little, but, you know, once you've done something a long time, you get kind of comfortable with it. Hope it's straight, but I'm cool with whatever. What's up, Chalker? Let me shout you guys out. You're both amazing streamers, and I am not shouting you out.
Hey, Bales don't do it for you? No, I jerk off to them all the time.
I knew it. As soon as he said doesn't do it for you, I knew. Hey, fucking Sumo, I have a similar clip of the same kind of energy that you clipped from Resident Evil. One of the many times I was going through Resident Evil 1. Who the fuck knows, right? And there's a part where you have to take like a crankshaft and to combine it with something else to work an elevator. And the prompt is, will you take the shaft? And it's like silence, right? And I just walk up to the thing, I hit the button, and I'm like, I will take the shaft, and the clip ends. And it was a fucking Sumo clip. I knew it. Every now and then I see it again, but now I have like 10,000 clips, so. Alright, Chalker. I remember that clip too. There was also a really good clip from Resident Evil 4 where I was playing as Ada, and I was like almost dead, and it was the very beginning of the game, and I'm like, oh god, if she hits me, and she immediately hits me with like the slowest side swing like ever recorded, and she hits me. I had like all the time in the world to move out of the way, and I didn't. I could have even shot it out of the air, and I didn't do that. I just kind of stood there as I like took damage. And the clip ends the second I take damage too, so. Resident Evil 4 had some good clips.
Back.
Sumo has a talent for clipping. Clip champs. Oh, you like say like the best clips? Top 10 clips. There's a good one where it starts at the right point. I think it's a Resident Evil 4 one, I think, where I'm like in a room and all of a sudden I just say Genshin Impact. Oh, hang on a second, and I never finish my thought because like two dudes just rush in the room and kill me or something like that, and I'm like fuck, like. But it's like, what was he about to say about Genshin Impact? Even I don't know, you know.
Won't let you down.
All right, I swear to all that is holy, if I don't get the platinum pop after this one, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might become just this like a borderline Alien Isolation speedrunner because I just want to get it over with. The clip with Ashton the full scene. Yeah, that was the. That was actually the one that I was. It was one of the ones that played for like the stream starting. That was pretty funny. No, actually, it might have been the Genshin Impact one. Because I say Genshin Impact, and I go down there and I turn around because you have to like help Ashley down the ladder, and ding 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 ding. Is there going to be a suit of armor in RE4 make? If not, why even call it RE4 make? Why don't you call it something else? It saves. Okay, so straight up, I would make like cloud saves, and if I ever died, if it was up in the air whether or not it counted, I would just reload the cloud save. So I feel this sickness in the pit of my stomach. It's like, did I fuck up? Did I accidentally? Did I fuck up? Did I mess up? Did I make a mistake? Like, recently updated description on PS4 says there's going to be story changes that are going to surprise even the veteran. Oh hell yeah! I like story changes. I don't need a remake to be the same game. I really don't. Like, I talk a lot of shit about RE7, not RE7, Final Fantasy 7 remake, but at the end of the day, it's two different games, you know? And of those two games, I prefer the original FF7, for reasons that are probably kind of subjective. The biggest one is that I'm so used to Final Fantasy 7 and how quickly it moves, and for me, the 7 remake moves much too slow. But they're two different games, you know? I'd be kind of shocked if RE4 make was better than OG RE4. Like, can you imagine the dev team for that? They're like, you're gonna take one of the best, most like era-defining games, and you're gonna somehow improve on it.
I see them.
It's so like, as far as I'm concerned, the perfect example of a remake is Resident Evil 1. It's not just the same game with a different coat of paint. It's the same game, but it's just like better, you know? It's basically replaced the original game. Like, I don't think anybody would say. So like RE2 is a really, really, really good remake. Like, it's a good game in its own right. And oh hey, it's time to DJ. It's time to DJ to victory. I need to play original Resident Evil 2. Of the classic tank control Resident Evils, I've only played Resident Evil Remake. Problem is that both people and companies use remaster, remake, reboot interchangeably, even though it's yeah. I remember when Shazam came out. I mean, Silent Hill: Shattered Memories. I remember in Shazam, SHSM, Shazam. I remember when Silent Hill Shattered Memories was coming out. Everyone said, "Oh, it's a reimagining of Silent Hill 1." I want to say that was the first game where they said reimagining so much it became like a meme. And because of that game, like when they make a remake that's like nothing like the original game, they're like, "Oh, well, it's just a reimagining." You know, it became like a meme because they said it so much. Like, you look at every single interview ever for Shazam before it came out, and every single person says it's a reimagining. Yo, I can hear them moving around. I love how calm Ripley is. Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Reunions, remastered Crisis Core. It's not a fucking remaster. It's a remake. I mean, it has different. Some of the dialogue's a bit different. The character models are all updated. The voice acting's different. But in terms of like story, it hasn't really changed the story. I think that was the last player input, minus walking down a hallway in chapter 19. One thing I love about this game is they don't try to explain like where the aliens came from or anything like that. They're just like, yo, these things suck. Yo, they want to see my beats. They want to see my DJing. Yeah, it doesn't. So, remake, but the advertising story pages said it's a remaster. It's like a remaster is just take the game and put it on a PS4 and just have it like well, because the PSP, like what's the resolution on the PSP? Like 240? Like you put 240 on a modern console and they'd be like, what the fuck? I mean, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be like, hell yeah, this is a great game, you know? It's how we used to play games back in the day. Remaster, too long, didn't read, upscale the graphics. Yeah.
Verlaine, I'm on my way up to the bridge.
And here's another thing. They didn't change the animations. So, like the original character models are in the vein of, like, Kingdom Hearts 2. And so the animations are very exaggerated. But when the character models are more realistic, but the animations are more exaggerated, it kind of just doesn't look right, you know. But I think that's a pretty minor gripe. Okay, this is it. Oh, this is it. Oh, my heart's pounding. Not because of this alien, though. My heart is pounding not because of this alien. Man, you know what? I forgot to record on Streamlabs, but because I use ducking now to automatically lower the game volume, I think I'll be alright. I wonder if you can actually fail this. Shit, here it is. Oh, God. Don't do this to me. Oh! 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 Oh, we got it. We got it. We got one shot. Oh my God, it's finally over. Jesus. Oh my God.
One eternity later.
We got it. We got it. Oh, I feel like I really did escape the aliens. Oh man, I'm sorry if that was. I don't know how loud that was, but I'm not recording this, so all I have is the is the VOD to edit. Yeah, I don't know if you guys could tell, but I kind of just wanted this to be over. Okay. Let's back up a second. So for those of you that only watch the YouTube Platinum Pops, I think there's a few of you. Maybe. I don't know. For those of you that just randomly discovered me, the algorithm blessed you. I am Kashmir Z. I go after Platinum trophies. And this is my 86th platinum trophy. And this one was a slog. This one was kind of rough. And it's, I'd say 90% my fault. Okay? So what I'm about to say, it's mostly self-inflicted. Okay. Let's talk about the game first, instead of the platinum. You should give this game a playthrough, at least once. I don't know what normal difficulty is like. Hard difficulty might be a bit too much for your average, video game player. If you got some Resident Evils under your belt, if you made it through RE2 or RE3 or RE4 on harder difficulties, I say try this game out on the harder difficulties. It's definitely an experience that there's not many games made like this game, for better or for worse. This game is basically Amnesia: The Dark Descent, but stretched out to like a full-length game. A much, very, very long full-length game. There's no way to completely eliminate the alien. There's no way to kill the alien. You can fight the alien off, but that's only going to give you about a minute or two of like space, and you just use resources to get that minute or two of space for yourself. So it's far better to avoid him and just try to find a way around the alien. This alien is, on the hard difficulties, just unrelenting. Like, it's moving so fast, it's looking for you. From what I understand, the AI tells the alien where you are up to like a 15-meter radius. Like, what the game is telling the alien is like, hey, they're here in like this area. And the alien will go there and they'll just look around and then they'll start searching. So if you're moving very slowly and you're staying in the same area, eventually the alien's going to find you because it's just going to search everything. So, but the alien can also hear very well. So if you like run or you even like walk fast, the alien will hear you and run and get you. So how do you win? I don't know. And I got the platinum. But seriously, it's definitely a very tense and anxiety-inducing experience. I bought it for $5. PSN had some kind of sale. I bought it for $5. Now, I didn't buy the season pass. The season pass like $40 to give you all the DLC, mostly because there's no trophies for it. But also, I had to play through this game 3 times. I'm good when it comes to Alien. Like, I've had my fill. I watched the movies kind of in my off time while I was playing through this game. I got it. I'm good. No more Alien for me. This game is pretty long. This game is surprisingly long for what its concept is. I think it's too long. My first playthrough was probably 18 hours. That's like a Metroid Prime length action game. Not a survival horror action game. The problem is that the game doesn't really evolve enough or have as much complexity to justify being as long as it is. And there's also not really a variety of environments. The first level of the game looks like the last level of the game, and every level in between, except maybe the alien hive, looks slightly different. But that's not even that long. After a while, you start to be like, okay, when is this fucking thing gonna end? Like, when am I finally gonna get to the end? When am I finally gonna escape from these aliens? There's a lot of instant death mechanics. There are so many instant death mechanics. I don't even know why they give you a health bar. Like, you have the ability to like make medkits. It's not like you just pick up medkits and you can't gain health on the fly. So you would think like, oh, if you can like make medkits, you're probably going to encounter a lot of things that like damage you. Not really. You're going to encounter a lot of things that kill you just instantly, no matter what your health is. If the alien sees you, he's going to run to you and kill you. And like, that's it, The same thing with the facehuggers. If the facehuggers get to you, they get on your face and like, that's it, Now technically, in the Alien franchise, you don't die when the facehuggers do that, but you will eventually die when the chestburster comes out of you. So the game takes being caught by a facehugger as just like an instant death state. I think what it would have been more interesting is that if a facehugger gets you, okay, imagine this. Let's say a facehugger gets you, and like there's a fade to black, and then you wake up and the facehugger's gone, and you're like, okay. And as you move along, you get to like an X-ray machine, and it turns out there's an alien inside you, and you're like, oh fuck. And let's say you have so much time to like get it out before it like bursts through and kills you, like, and then you have a scene that's similar to I think it's Prometheus, when Dr. Shaw gets like the alien like removed from her or whatever. It's a pretty awesome scene. Probably the best single scene in Alien, outside of Alien and Aliens. It's really good. But no, I want to say there's probably like 15 facehuggers throughout the game, and the screech they make is the most terrifying thing you've ever heard in your life, because that screech is like the killer of like one-shot playthroughs. Basically, you walk into a room, you'll hear it, and you look at the ground because you have about 3 seconds to like kill the facehugger before it gets to your face and dies, and you just die instantly. And if you're like me and save scumming, you can't save scum once he touches your face. Like, that's it. You basically just instantly die. There's no hitting the start button and resetting the checkpoint or anything like that. Like, you better hope you had a cloud save. Make sure you don't accidentally hit reload current save, because you just completely nulled one-shot trophy. Hopefully you have a cloud save. I think I'm rambling a bit. Let me explain the story of this game. Amanda Ripley, Ellen Ripley's daughter, I want to say she was 9 or 10 years old during the events of Alien 79, even though you never see her and she's never mentioned. She's mentioned in Aliens. She has become an engineer. It's about 15 years after her mother went missing. And she has this kind of like hole in her heart because she doesn't know what happened to her mother. Chances are she's still alive somewhere. She finds out that the Nostromo flight recorder has been recovered. It's been recovered on LV-426. I don't think it's ever explained how it got there. Maybe there's like some data log buried somewhere that explains how it got there. I didn't find it, but whatever, it doesn't matter. You eventually find the flight recorder, and the flight recorder actually has a message for Amanda Ripley from her mother, Ellen Ripley, and it's voiced by Sigourney Weaver. And it says, "I'm so proud of you, Amanda. I love you, and I'll see you soon." Like, that's it. Like, that's it. It's literally just a hey, I love you, and I'm proud of you. And that's it. By the time... So you spend the whole damn game just trying to get the fuck away from the alien and get off the space station. By the time I got to the flight recorder, I was like, oh yeah, there was a flight recorder in this whole... She's trying to find this flight recorder because it belonged to her mom's ship. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot. It's like the thing that's driving the plot forward in the very beginning. It's the thing that gets Amanda Ripley to the space station where the alien is. And then, like, there's a fake out very early on where she thinks she finds the flight recorder, but she doesn't find it. And then, like, almost at the very end of the game, she finds it, and it's like, I love you, Amanda. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that was a part of the game. Okay, that's cool. But there's still like an hour or two of gameplay left. Like, you're still... Yeah, they didn't really line up the emotional climax and the like actual climax. It just kind of like, The game is too long for its own good to have like a proper story. The story of this game is, we need to get the fuck out of here. Like, we need to get the hell out of this place. You know, it's not dissimilar to the plot of most Alien films. Like, hey, there's an alien here, and we need to like not be here. So let's make that happen. When I first beat this game, I was kind of like angry that it ended the way it did, because I guess I just didn't notice. So at the very end, Ripley's floating in space, and a light passes over her, and she like wakes up, or she like winces. There's apparently a comic book that continues the story of Alien Isolation, where she's picked up and she lives. And this game is in canon with Alien and Aliens and Alien 3. So in a deleted scene from Aliens that is apparently canon now, Amanda Ripley lives until she's like 66 years old and dies a woman, like, she dies an old woman alone in her bed, you know? So she survives, you know? But you got credits? Now let's watch credits. There's someone in the background. So Amanda Ripley does get a happy ending, although it's like the bare minimum of happy endings. I was really hoping that Amanda Ripley would like finish up her adventures in Sevastopol, and she would just be like sitting back about to go into hyperspace, Maybe with like a Mai Tai in one hand or something like that. You know, maybe with a cat in the other. I mean, even Ellen Ripley got a cat in Alien 79. You know, Jonesy. I love that cat.
This is Ripley.
Okay, let's talk about the platinum. The platinum is like 98% fine. One fucking trophy, man. There's one trophy. One shot. Beat the whole game without dying.
Nostromo.
So how does that work exactly? Well, there's manual saving in this game, and there's a few autosaves, usually when chapters start, and also when you're on like a pretty long like linear set piece. But when you die, you have the option to load your current save or your previous save, and it's very confusing what that means. Basically, every time you save, you create a new file, right? And you just keep doing that. So like throughout a game, you might have like 100 different files, right? But the game only ever allows you to access the most recent one or the one before that. So let's say you're walking around or you're running around and an alien sees you and fucking kills you. If you load that current save, you'll go back to the last save point, but you'll have like one death on like an invisible meter that you never see. So here's how you get around that whole one-shot thing. Let's say you're doing your best, but the alien finds you and he rushes towards you. If you pause right before he gets to you and say load current save, it's basically like reset checkpoint. You didn't actually die. Like you were gonna die. It's like there's no way to get away once the alien's like lunging at you, unless you have like a flamethrower. And then even if he's like close enough, it doesn't matter. If you reset the checkpoint and go back, it doesn't count as a death. So that was basically my strategy throughout the whole game, is to, if you're ever in a situation where you're gonna die, before like the animation finishes, you pause and reset. And that works great for most of the game until you get to the face huggers. When the face huggers get on you, you can't pause. Like that is the death animation. So what do? You need to either load a previous save, or, because you can't do that forever, you can't load a previous save forever. You can't just keep going down, down, down. You load a cloud save. And so what I did is, every time I saved in an area with facehuggers, I would save it to the cloud, and if I died, I would just close the fucking game, download the cloud save, because my console save is already fucked, download the cloud save, and I would basically just start from my last save. But since it's a cloud save, it doesn't count that death. Yeah. What I'm saying is probably very confusing, which is probably why I fucked up on my actual no death run and ended up, I guess I had a death or two, because I got to the end of the game and it didn't pop. Oh man, that was a rough day. Oh man. It took like 5 days to get through the game a second time, and you get all the way to the end and you don't get it, and it's like, oh god, help me. So I was like a man on a mission these last 2 days. I got through the whole game again in probably 6 or 7 hours. And even still, I got to the end and I'm like, I must have fucked up. Maybe I didn't do a save right. Maybe I accidentally uploaded a cloud save with a death on it. Oh no, what have I done? You know, I got to the end and I was almost like scared. I was like, oh, please work, please work. That's why I had that little like pop off when I finally got the fucking platinum trophy. I'm pretty proud of this one. This one, it's not really a hard platinum trophy. It's really not. It's a horror game, and so like most horror games, if you know exactly where to go, and exactly what weapons to use, and exactly where to stand, and exactly like how far to move down a corridor before you summon the enemy, like most of the game is most of the instant deaths are predictable. So like there's a train section toward the end. That's predictable. The facehuggers are always in the same place. Like, there's no random spawns of facehuggers. They're always in the same place and always come from the same direction. If you memorize them, facehuggers are not an issue. The alien is kind of unpredictable, but you have some... Towards the end of the game, you have a flamethrower and you have Molotov cocktails. If you throw a Molotov cocktail at the alien or you use the flamethrower, you'll chase him off and he'll go up in the vents for a couple minutes. Then he'll come back down and start looking for you again. So... the alien's on your ass a lot in like the last couple chapters. It's basically like the final boss, because the alien's like way more aggressive then. And by then you should have saved up resources, so if you fuck up and the alien's rushing at you, just I think there's one time in the whole game where the alien will rush at you. There's one time in the whole game where there's a scripted sequence where the alien like just appears and lunges at you. It's the very end of the game. But by then you're guaranteed to have the flamethrower. Like the game puts it out right in front of you. I want to say picking up the flamethrower is actually like a main mission objective, so you have to pick it up to like get through the mission. So it's basically impossible to be at that part of the game without a way to defend yourself, and that's the only time the alien will like rush you and like instantly knows where you are. So the game is very fair. Like the game is fine. The nuts and bolts of it are fine. The only issue I have with it is it's too long, and by the 4th or 5th chapter, you have everything you're going to get throughout the whole game. Minus like the shotgun. But like the shotgun is just, I mean, it's a shotgun. Like it's not a revolutionary gameplay development, you know? It's a game that kind of leans on its main conceit way too much. It's almost like a Zelda game. What I mean by that is like, oh, Zelda Twilight Princess. Oh, that's the one with the wolf. You know? So like that's the only unique thing it has to offer. Like this game's biggest unique thing it has to offer is the alien itself. And it's very, very good. But like that's about it. Like that's all it really has to offer. It's a gorgeous game. It's very atmospheric. It's beautiful. It has a wonderful art style that's heavily based on Alien 79. But in terms of like a unique experience, it's the alien. Like that's the unique experience. And the game is too long for just that one experience. If the game's length was maybe cut in half, or maybe 2/3 of what it is right now, it'd be way better, because it's a game that I think overstays its welcome. Now, with that being said, the better you get at it, the faster you can get through it. I got through it pretty fast, for me anyway. And I want to say, like I saw a speed run, like 20 minutes or something. It's like ridiculously fast how fast you get through this game. But for a first playthrough, you're gonna get to a point in the first playthrough. I can guarantee you're gonna get to a point in the first playthrough where you're like, I just want it to end already. I just want it to be over. Like the game doesn't have any tricks past like maybe chapter 10, and there's 19 chapters. The best the game can do is throw facehuggers at you. But facehuggers are they always know where you are. They rush you, and they always come from the same direction. So if you just memorize where they are and kill them, like that's it. They're almost like an obstacle instead of an enemy. In chapter 14, you have to deal with 2 aliens. And on the hard difficulties, it's very difficult because but if you use the distractors, like a noisemaker or the flare, the aliens will become attracted to, like both aliens will be attracted to them. So like you'll have both aliens just like staring at these flares, and it's like if there's 2 aliens or 3 aliens or 4 aliens or 5, it like doesn't matter because the distractors work for all of them. So as long as you throw a distractor, you don't really need to worry about 2 aliens going around, because now you're just going to have 2 aliens looking at a flare instead of 1, you know? So in terms of tricks up its sleeve, it doesn't have any past like the halfway point of the game. It has kind of some bullshit. Like, I think the only thing that is thrown at you that's new in the last like 5 or 6 chapters of the game is a train that can hit you and kill you. This is a game that gets worse on subsequent playthroughs for me anyway. It's just that it's kind of a one-trick pony. Ooh, production babies. Ooh, Freya, Sapphire, Astrid, Magnus, Barnaby. Poor kid. His name is Barnaby. That's it. That's all I have to say. Now, what you all came here for, aside from the Platinum Pop, we are going to do our Blackpool roll. I don't even know what I want to call it. We're gonna choose the next game for the plat pool. Hang on, let's see. Can I just add the entire monitor? I'm just gonna add the entire monitor. Make sure I don't have any pornography up. Okay. Play capture. Add source. Second monitor. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was a wonderful idea to make it that big. Yeah, I don't have a go-to source. That's my second monitor. I have roughly like probably 1,000. Close that. I have roughly about 1,000 wallpapers that just rotate every 5 minutes. All right. Here it is. Medieval, My Little Pony, Persona 5, Bioshock Burial at Sea, Stray, and The Forgotten City. All of your choices for the next game. And here we go. This is it. Are you ready? I'm not ready. Are you ready for all these fucking ads that are going to assault us? All right. Hey, never mind this results thing. I just tested to make sure it worked. Are you ready, Sumo? I'm so happy to be done. I'm so happy to be done with Alien Isolation. I can't think straight right now. I'm like, oh, thank God I don't have to do that shit ever again. There we go. Oh, here it goes. Here it goes. It's Stray. Stray 1. What were you hoping for? Oh, Medieval? Hey, don't blame me. There's no corruption here. Blame RNGesus. I actually did this a couple times just to see if, like, I don't know. Poor kid. Oh, what's this clip? What's this clip? Our next game is gonna be Stray. But really, the next game is gonna be this motherfucker. Because I paid $60 for this, and we're playing it. And I hear it's really good. I think that's it. I don't really have anything else. I really just want to do this stream just to get the damn platinum pop out of the way. It is Stray. It is Stray, Chalker. It's Stray. Oh, your internet cut out? It's Stray. Sumo's not happy. Let's see, maybe I should turn this off. Hang on a second. Let's see. So this is how I search for games. Wait, did Stray ever get a physical release? Did Stray ever get a physical release? I guess we'll find out. You didn't see that. Let me just erase this then. Almighty Gangster. What is up? You know, when you joined the stream and I saw your Discord name, I thought of MF Doom. Stray Cat Game PS4. I think I'm gonna have to get it digitally. Man, I wish I was that clever. You should get an MF Doom mask and just wear it on stream. And if someone's like, "Hey, are you the real MF Doom?" Be like, "I don't want to talk about it." Maybe that would be in poor taste because he's dead. Yeah, it must have been a limited run. Like if Facebook Marketplace doesn't have it, it probably never existed. Oh yeah, Black Doom is it Black yeah, I'm gonna put on just chatting. Yeah, Black Doom, what was he, Shadow the Hedgehog? I never played too much Sonic. I never got that into Sonic. I never really got that into Mario either, honestly. Um when I was a kid, my brother and I were really into Sonic. Like I remember buying um Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Heroes. What? Oh, Amazon for 39.99. Yeah. So from now on, and I'll probably put out the announcement like my favorite Sonic game is Heroes. Love the game despite the junk. So yeah, it didn't take me long to realize this is a bad idea. So instead of just naming any game ever, I'm gonna play Stray. Like, I'm gonna play Stray. It looks like the easiest way is just to do it digitally. Whatever. But from now on, it's gonna be games I have already, and I have a decent amount. Um, Let me go to Stream Elements. Stream Elements. There we go. So, I'm working on it now. I don't know how. I'll probably finish it tomorrow sometime. But I'm listing out like every game I own. What percentage I'm at currently. Most of them is 0%. The estimated difficulty and the estimated time. And that's not going to affect anything. Everything is still 10,000. But people will be able to see, hey Franco, what's up, man? Sorry, man. I definitely was like, I was just anxious to get the platinum over with, man. I was playing through Alien off stream, and I'm like, I just want to be done with this. I did finish it. I'll clip it and I'll put it up like with every other platinum. We also picked our next platinum for the plat pool. The next platinum is Stray. Stray 1. I gotta be honest, I'm kind of glad Persona 5 didn't win just because it's so fucking long, man. Like 100. Like, the thing is that, like, when you have a game that's super long and you have, like, missable trophies, like, that combines together to be like, oh god. Like, you know, like, I really don't want to fuck things up. I don't mind a long game that doesn't have missable trophies, and it's like, oh, then you know, you can just explore and like do whatever at your leisure. But when a super long game has missable trophies, you can never relax. You always have to be checking to make sure you're not missing anything. The quota of Cap Fund is going to be okay. That's the thing I was trying to change. Yeah, I'm gonna say as long as I have it, you can add a game to the pool. Default commands, custom commands, plat pool. As long as I own it. Okay. Let's see, where's timer? Timers? Save. Wait, but I saved it. Why is it? Does it only update when you in the stream? Hang on a second. Ah. Let's try this again. As long as I own it. Boom. I'll pick up games here and there, and I'll add to the list. Like the list is long enough. Like there's probably at least 150 games that I own that I've never played. Most of them through PS Plus. Although the PlayStation 5 does this weird thing where it'll save games as digital games even though they're really not. It's like, you know, when you buy a game, put it on a disc, it has to like write it to the hard drive. Well, that data's still there, and it considers it like a digital game, but like not really. And 5 gigabits more likely to, yeah. Well, the 5K bits just skips the queue. Like in reality, like, okay, so I'm trying to create a system that'll work for like the long term, you know? Like, you know, someone comes in, starts watching, and almost immediately they're like, "Yeah, here's 5K bits. Go after this." You know what I mean? Like the 5K bits is just to give someone that's newer a chance to participate in this platinum pool thing. Fuck it. We're gonna buy Stray. I need to make notes for myself. I'd be working tomorrow. Not working, but I'm gonna be like sending this stuff. I gotta get all the games into the Google Doc so people have like a choice of what they want to do. What do you think? What do you think, Sumo? What do you think of the way it's organized? With like the name of the game, the difficulty, and the let's go back to the game. Turn the heat down, Jesus. My house is like freezing 90% of the time, but for whatever reason tonight it's like super hot. Okay. Stray it is. It's alright. I'm not gonna go broke. 29.99. What is this? Anyway. Talking Dogs into the Wild. Oh, that's an amazing. Yo, watch tomorrow. It goes on sale. No. I'm thinking about just getting rid of PS Plus entirely. Because I have tons of games I might never play. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, Franco. That's why I... PS5. Or a PS4? I prefer playing with a PS4 controller. This cat with a backpack? We can be a cat in future Tokyo. Actually, I don't know. I've seen a bit of gameplay of this, and it looks like it takes place in the Blade Runner universe. Katmir Z. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Meow, could you? Meow, could you say that to me? This game is 6 months old? Here, let's see. Introduction to I think the system can work, and yeah, it'd be better to mainly plat the games you own. Yeah. Plat pool looks fine. I won't spend 10K each spin. I mean, if I didn't wipe the pool, if I didn't wipe the pool, it would just like 2 playthroughs. Actually, I have not looked at the trophy guide for Stray at all. Here, let's look at this. Eight hours? What? 8 hours? A speedrun trophy? You think I should lower it? You think I should lower the cost? Maybe 5K. 10K is a lot. I mean, at this point, yeah, let's just do fucking 1K. Let's just do 1K. Cause you know, let's just do 1K. If there's like a so if they're all games I own, it doesn't matter. And if there's like 80 things to choose from, it's like whatever, you know? Nah, Franco, I think I'm gonna go at I think I'm gonna go with so here's the thing. I'm gonna put out a schedule. I think for like 3 days out of the week, I'm gonna be doing like kind of like a game I want to do, like One Piece Odyssey. And then for like 2 days, I'll be working on like the Platinum Pool game. I'll probably modify that a bit over time, but it's not like I'm only ever gonna play games that are selected by the Plat Pool. If that's the case, I would like literally never ever play like a game that like I wanted to play. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I don't want to play Stray. I do want to play Stray. What do you think about this, Sumo? What about 1K? What about just 1,000 points? And that's it. What's up, Rin? I think 1,000. Maybe not like 50.
Congratulations to Team Borgerin, Evan, and Rin. Let's fucking go! There.
I've never heard you curse before, Rin. Was that the first time you ever cursed? I only have ever heard you curse before. Have you? Was that the one time? I should wash your mouth out with soap. Yeah. I'm just gonna do that now before I forget. We'll lower it down to 5K. 1 game per person per wipe. No, no, because what if someone's like, hey, I'd be fine with this game or this game? You know what I mean? You only choose one, you know? I don't want to put too many stipulations on it. I feel like it's bad enough that it's like it has to be a game I already own. So then people have to go through and scroll through this huge ass list. You know, I think that's already enough. Like that's what I want to try to avoid because it just seems like a colossal pain on the ass. I'm gonna say platinum pool. I'm gonna go low, man. 2,500, bro. We went from like. It's so nice to see you in my chat, Almighty Gangster. Here's what I love about Twitch, right? Here's I never requested a plat 100K. Yeah. Here's what I love about Twitch, right? So like I think it was Final Fantasy VIII. H's Paradise. What's for big dick? Rin learned a new phrase. He'd be going to everybody, like what's for big dinner? Like, what are you talking about? And no, so like what I love about Twitch is like I'll just feel like watching a game, right? And I'll just type it in, I'll just find someone, and if they're like cool, it'll be like, like maybe slowly but surely, like you kind of like expand your circle of friends or whatever, or your circle of whatever. Salmon and the fried rice I made, very nice. I had some salmon last night actually. Today I just had brats and eggs. I went to the gym, so whatever. All right, Sumo. I am dropping it very low. Ooh, but no, think about this, Sumo. The lower the price is, the more people will put games on there, and the more and the more enticing the 5K bits will be to skip the line. Ooh, think about that. Now, I don't want it to be like one channel point you can add a game to it, because then like literally every game I own will be on every single plat pool, and it would just be a fucking mess. But let's say we kept it at 10,000, there would probably never be more than like 5 or 6 games there, right? So there'd be no incentive to do the 5K bits. But let's say we do 2,500 points, and 2,500 points. Let's say there's like 30 games there, because people are like, I want this, I want this, I want this, whatever. And then if someone cares, they'll click on it and they'll be like, this is so many games. 5K, play Dark Souls. Ooh, Darksiders. Well, no, so technically we have. Rin said he wanted Persona 5 Strikers to be added to the next pool. Darksiders, Sumo-ish. 21 January. The first one? Stray is ready to play. So here's the thing, right? So here's the thing. Oh, hey, we leveled up. We're 398. We're almost at level 400. I actually do have War Mastered, but I haven't gotten that far in putting the games up. Where is it? I think it's... I actually do have War Mastered. I think I'll play War Mastered instead. So where is War Mastered? Around here somewhere. Yeah, so I actually have played a decent amount of this, but I never finished it. I don't know why I never finished it, but I didn't. I didn't beat the game, but I think I got I got a little bit, right? So we can just go with War Mastered. I remember the PS3 version looking like really shitty. Yeah, so I just haven't gotten that far. I'm doing all the PS3 games first, then I'm doing all the PS4 games, and then I'm gonna go back and get all the digital games I have. Oh, you did add Persona 5. You'll never see it coming. Sumo was like, how dare you? What the hell? I remember having a lot of fun with this, but I just like stopped. I don't know why I just stopped. Persona 5 plat doesn't require flight. Yeah, it's. I'm not gonna lie. I said this before, so I'll say it again. I'm kind of happy. So like, I don't mind a longer platinum, but when you add missable trophies into that, it's like, oof. Because basically what that means is I have to play with a guide. Because if I miss anything, like, I'm gonna have to play through the whole game again, right? So I have to play with a guide on like my second monitor, basically, which isn't always super fun. What? What? Joker. That I think that's the first tip I've ever gotten. I think that's literally the first tip I've ever gotten, and it should put your name up there next to new tip, which has been empty for like my entire streaming career, and I don't know why it's not. Holy shit! Damn, Chalker be throwing out that mad money. Boom. Here you go. For your little cat game. Here you go. For your little cat game. Persona 5 Royal Plat is easy. Yeah, but I gotta pay for it, man. I've never played a Persona game allowing duplicates. When you say duplicates, let's say, so you're saying like, oh, you really want Darksiders, right? So you're just gonna buy Darksiders 10 times. Is that what you're saying? I think I won't allow duplicates because that discourages. No, Persona 5 and Persona 5 Strikers are different games. They're like totally different games. No. I think Strikers is like a Dynasty Warriors kind of thing. Hang on a second. This was a game I got for PS Plus. I've never played it, so but I have it. Sort by. Actually, Rin, you wouldn't know if I had this or not. What the fuck? When did I get this? Anyway, Rin, you wouldn't know if I had this or not. What the fuck is this? Grand Blue Fantasy? What the fuck? When did I get this? What is this shit? What is this? When did I get this? What is this? What is all this stuff? Where'd all this stuff come from? Anyway. Alright, Persona 5 Strikers. Persona 5 Strikers is like a different... It's like a, motherfucker's got a gun? Whoa! Oh, it was a PS Plus game? Okay, so like I've never really looked at this that closely. I didn't know the motherfucker just had a gun. he just has a gun. Hey, big ups Liquid Richard. Big ups Grand Blue. Okay, so like I always get the PS Plus games, but then I get them and I'm like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? Or I'll be like, what in the world is this? You know, what? When did I get this? What the? Is that Powdered Toast Man? Wow. Neo 2? What did I get? Oddworld? Soulstorm? Wow. I had no idea I had these. I have Just Cause 4? What? Re-Reckoning. Oh, this is the remake, right? I have the original PS3 version of this. I played it for like 5 minutes. Yeah, Strikers is a sequel to Persona 5. Plays real-time action like a Tales game, but still feels like Persona. I really get them if I know I'm not going to play it. I mean, I get them. What are the monthly games? Did I already get them? I'm pretty sure I already got them. Select version. I bought the PS5 version, right? You gotta be careful. So some games are like, hey, if you own this version, you also own this version. But if you never downloaded, they'll sometimes take that away from you, and they'll be like, oh, you never downloaded it, so you never actually got it. You gotta pay for it now. Navigating the store can be such a pain sometimes. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I got this all. This is like a fun game. But yeah, Almighty Gangster. How many channel points do you have? How about this, Almighty Gangster? Since I like you, and no one tell anyone else about this. Do you have a game that you'd like to add? I haven't finished adding all the games I have because I just started it like tonight. I was going through the logistics of all of it, you know? I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna spin the thing, but like when I spin it, I have to get it, you know? And I try to order physical as much as possible because, you know, Sony could at any time just decide to take your games from you, and what are you gonna do? You know? So I always try to get things physical, but then I was like, well, if I do that, once I roll, I'm gonna have to take time to like order it. It has to like ship to me, and, like all this other stuff. Or I have to go find it on the secondary market. So then I was like, you know what? It was a good experiment while it lasted. Let's just add games that I already own. I own more than enough games that I have not gotten the platinum for. So there's plenty of things to choose from. But, can I give people points? No, I can't give people points, can I? I could have sworn you could give people points at some point. What I thought I was... You mean selecting from games I had, or... Hollow Man would be the one I'd pick, because it's very short. If I have it, I'll add it. But if not, pick another one. Honestly, I might have it. Like, if it was a PS Plus game in the last, like, year or two, I probably have it. But I just don't remember. See... Nope, I don't got it. Pick another one. You can give Stream Elements points, not Twitch points. Ah. Does Mega Man have a platinum? Mega Man does not have a platinum. I've only beaten Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2. I mean, the plat pool could get pricey, especially if it's a new title or loan recent. Yeah. Yeah, that was my thing. The plat pool could get very expensive very quickly if I didn't limit it to games I already owned. And I guess I just didn't... I didn't really think about that when I was making it. Damn, look at all that Resident Evil. Oh my god. So... Mr. Green Sniper. It has been a very long time. It's been a very long time. How are you, man? Yes, Resident Evil Revelations has a plat that I have not gotten. It's hard as fuck. Franco, you're right. You're right. What's up, Mr. Green? Actually, fun fact, Resident Evil Revelations is like one of the handful of really good memories I have from my first marriage. We decided to stay in. She would almost never play games, But for whatever reason, we stayed in on one Friday and Saturday, and we played through Revelations on normal. She saw me get my ass kicked by like one of the bosses, and she was like, "Oh, let me watch this for a while." And I was like, "Well, you try it," and she actually did, and she was pretty good. But yeah, the final boss of this game is like pretty rough. It's pretty rough. Like you're very mobile in this game. Like you're probably more mobile in this game than almost any other Resident Evil game I played. But the enemies are also super mobile. Like I don't want to pick a game with a hard plot, and I want it to be relatively short. Well, you're in luck because I mean, I don't have all of them. But this should give you an idea of like an easier plat with like a shorter timeline. Right now I'm looking at, let's see, what's one of the shorter platinums? Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno, I think, is the shortest platinum that I've posted so far at 16 hours. There's also God of War Ghost of Sparta. That's 15 hours. Jak 2 is 18 hours. Lego Batman 2 is also 20 hours. So yeah. This is kind of a pain in the ass, by the way, because I literally have to like look at my shelf, write out the games I have, go to PSN profiles, and just write in the whatever. It's just very tedious. If Fallout New Vegas is currently at 1%. Dead Space remake in less than a week. Hey, why don't we celebrate the Dead Space remake release by playing the first Dead Space for the first time? Oh, when's your birthday? Well, I guess I can figure that out really easy. January 27th. Ghost of Sparta. Alright, Almighty Gangster. Because I like you, I'm gonna add God of War Ghost of Sparta. Actually, the biggest reason is because you knew who the fuck DSP was. That was. Wait, did I update this thing? Hang on a sec. I need to update because it's gonna say 10k trophies when it's actually 2.5k. Okay, so custom commands, and I'll just copy and paste. And I'll put that in timers. Boom. Yo, we already got 4 games. Persona 5 Strikers, Darksiders, Persona 5, and God of War Ghost. Yo, what if it's Persona 5 Strikers and the whole time I'm like, who is this person? And Rin's like, oh, don't you remember from the first game? I'm like, I didn't play the first game. Like, I played Resident Evil 3 Remake and Shadow of the Colossus PS4. Ooh, what'd you think of Shadow of the Colossus? Tell me. I'm actually really close to, I don't know why I'm being so loud. I'm actually really close to Resident Evil 3. Check me out. 75%. I think the only thing I need to do is play the game without opening the item box. And I want to say this is for Nightmare. That's Inferno. Okay, that's Nightmare, that's Inferno, that's S rank Inferno. And this is don't open the item box, and that's it. Hey, you want to add RE6? You want to add RE6 to the plat pool? Fuck, do it. Rin, I know you got channel points for days. Look, I paid $60 for this game, this One Piece Odyssey game, and we're playing it, even though it looks like no one wants me to play it. Persona 5 Strikers after Persona 5. Okay, so you want me to take off Persona 5 Strikers? Thank you, Almighty Gangster. Rin, you can... Okay. Rin, you probably didn't need to give me channel points for that. Like, all I did was just take... Ooh! Resident Evil 6. Resident Evil 6 is a long one. I think Resident Evil 6 is easily the longest platinum in the Resident Evil series. Oh, what is going on? Man, I suck at spreadsheets. Don't ever ask me to do spreadsheets for you. It'll be fucked up. It'll be tore up from the floor up. Who's really good at spreadsheets? Not me. It'll be a small miracle if this actually makes it. Okay. Okay. Dead Space? Let's do it. Is that Franco? Brando. That's the name of Brando. Wait. This one's for Hawks? Callisto Protocol? I don't have Callisto Protocol. I don't have Callisto Protocol, man. You gotta choose a game I already own. Darn it, never mind. Hey, I have I have Dead Space 3. I don't know why I don't have Dead Space 2, but I don't. I swear I bought Dead Space 2 at some point. I just don't know where it is. Okay, so I've gotten up to the L's in PS3. I also have these. Last Guardian we're gonna play for the 100th platinum. It's almost certainly gonna make me cry. I hear this one's pretty tough. I hear Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 is actually a pretty tough platinum. Me and my brother used to play the shit out of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Oh, we used to play the hell out of these games. No. Okay, so... only Uncharted 1 is done. Are these counted differently? Oh yeah, what? Okay, so I played this on PS Plus, and apparently when you play anything on PS Plus, it's just in your games forever. Like, this was a fun one. This was a fun one. This was actually my first ever PS4 Platinum. Hey, so with this game, I learned about this game through Yahtzee. I remember Yahtzee, like, he did a review on it, and he said something like, he said that the main character of Wet is the most reprehensible and evil protagonist he's ever seen in a video game. And I was like, what? He's like, she is so unlikable and so awful and such a horrible protagonist. You hope she'll be killed. Like, you hope she'll die. She kind of sucks as a character. I don't know. I think her name is Ruby. Yeah. So like Yahtzee spent like, I mean, they're only 5 minutes long, but Yahtzee spent half the reviews saying something like, she said something like, "I've seen termites with better personalities than her," or something like that. Like she's just. He says something like, what was it, like a cockroach with AIDS would be more attractive than her, or some crazy crap. Gotten any PS2 plats? No. I would literally just like queue up like Yahtzee reviews from like 2008, and I would just listen to all of them, and I would just burst out laughing all the time. Like, there's one review where he's like, you don't go to a painter to learn how to mix cement, and you don't go to me to hear how a game is good. So what do you think I'm going to say about this game, or something like that? I think one of his favorite metaphors is from Silent Hill 2. He said something like, Silent Hill 2 is not just a game I think is good. If Silent Hill 2 is the game that I point to when people say that games are nothing but mindless entertainment. He's like, if I were Batman, Silent Hill 2 would be my murdered parents. That's how important it is to me. And these fucking Yakuza games, man, they take forever. Jesus. Yakuza 5 apparently takes like over 200 hours. And God help me if anyone ever picks Super Meat Boy. I think I got all of them. I think I got all of them for like $30. Like there was a sale going on at the time. You could get like, I think you could get like 3, 4, 5, and 6, right, for like $20, and 2 and 1, or yeah, 2 and 1 for like $20. I think I bought 0 separate. Yeah, I played a little bit of 0. I dig the 80s aesthetic of Yakuza 0, but I guess it just didn't hold my attention. This was pre-streaming Kashmir, when I wouldn't be like married to a game until I got the platinum. Like, I'll tell you right now, in pre-streaming Kashmir would have got to the end of Alien Isolation, not gotten that platinum, and like deleted the game and just like never went. I would never go back. I'd be like, I just, you know, the persistence. What the fuck is this thing? Oh, tell him, wasn't that a great game? Wait, there's more trophies? What the fuck? What is this? Yo, there's Toem DLC. Relax on a chair with your vacation outfit on. We have to do that. Like, for those of you that don't know, when I got back from Malaysia, I had like, what is this? New gameplay. This is a wonderful game. This might be the most relaxing I've ever played in my life. Bro, to go from like Alien Isolation to this game, it's like you'd be walking along, taking a picture, and all of a sudden, what is that? You have any rare platinums? Maybe one that you got on CPS that multiplayer trophies? I have, oh, hang on. I have at least one unobtainable platinum trophy, I think. Let me see if it actually is unobtainable. I have at least one, I might have more. Okay, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain on PS3 is unobtainable now. Yep. Servers for the PS3 version of MGS5 have been shut down. Multiplayer trophies are unattainable on that version. Yeah, so if you were to buy Metal Gear Solid 3 for PS3, right now, you could not get the platinum. I believe there's like 1 or 2 trophies that have to be done online, and the servers are shut down, so you can never get the platinum. The platinum for MGS5 Phantom Pain is unobtainable on the PS3. PS4 you can still get it. You know, this is an amazing. Okay, I don't know who did this. This is the tagline for the trophy guide on PSN profiles. I'm gonna read it off too. Hey there, sons and daughters of liberty. It's time to eat some snakes and carry your guns of the patriots for the peace walk to ground zeros. We're going to learn about the Phantom Pain. They got all of them. They got all of them. And they got them in order, too. They have them. Amazing. Mission complete. That right there is why you're the best, boss. The one and only. I played that game I played the hell out of that game, man. Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain is probably like top 10 games. Easy. It's really, really good. I love it. Easily the best stealth game I've ever played. First 2 hours Dead Space remake leaked. They shut down the Avengers servers in September. Let's see. Hang on. Let's see what my most rarest trophies are. Hang on. I'll move that to. They should add MGS1 with trophy support. Oh man, I have not played through Metal Gear Solid 1 since 2008. I played it right before Metal Gear Solid 4 came out, and I haven't played it since. I think enough time has passed that probably most people playing games now probably have not played the original Metal Gear Solid 1. Just like too much time has passed, I think. All right, we're gonna look at I'm gonna look at my rarest trophies. Let's see. Well, let's update it so we have 86 platinums now. I don't even really care that much about getting the platinum. I mean, I do, but I'm just like glad it's over. I never played MGS1 or Twin Stakes. I feel ashamed. Almighty Gangster. Do you know the story of Metal Gear Solid 1? Even if you do, Almighty, you gotta play Metal Gear Solid 1 on stream, man. You gotta play Metal Gear Solid 1. So either dragging their ass or lying their ass. How hard would it be? How hard would it be to go in and just like, have flags for certain things? Like, didn't Resident Evil 1 get platinum trophy? Hang on a second. Yeah, I do. I believe at any time, any moment, 2 people can fall in love. What's your favorite line from Metal Gear Solid 1? I think my favorite exchange is, Colonel, now he's dead too. Snake, I have no idea what's going on. Don't lie to me. I gotta be honest, I don't know what's going on. Spoiler, he did know what was going on. Alright. Let's see. Okay. If you're at all curious, the rarest platinum trophy that I own is, drumroll, Shadow of the Colossus for the PS3. It is a 2.47% attain rate, and that's on PSN, so it's a pretty rare platinum trophy. Following that, it's Metal Gear Solid 5 for the PS4. Assassin's Creed Black Flag for the PS4. Resident Evil Remake for the PS4. And rounding out the top 5 rarest platinum trophies I own is Eco. Eco's number 5. Kingdom Hearts 1 for the PlayStation 3 is number 6. Borderlands 2 for the PS. What's it for? Borderlands 2 for the PS3 or PS4. I'm not sure which one, but that's number 7. And number 8 is Alien Isolation. Number 8's the rarest. Alien Isolation is the 8th rarest platinum trophy I own. Eco's such a fucking amazing game. Eco is not just a game I think is good. Basically, if I was Batman, Eco would be my Murder Terrence. That should be a sound alert. No, Eco's really good. So I played Eco. I want to say it was like a Friday night, and I didn't have anything to do. And I had bought Eco and Shadow of the Colossus, the collection, like probably a few years before. I just never played it. And I was like, well, let's play Eco. And I put in Eco, and I wasn't impressed at first, but I like kept going because I wanted to know what this was like all about. And I played through Eco that weekend, and by the time I got to the end and then faced the Queen and saw like the final cutscene, I was like so invested. I was like so like. So if you don't know, Eco and the story of Eco is basically this young boy Eco and this young girl Yorda, who don't speak the same language as each other, are trying to get the fuck out of this castle. That's like the whole game, basically. Eco was taken to this castle because he has horns. He was born with horns. And for whatever reason, boys that are born with horns are taken to this castle and basically sacrificed in order to assuage the wrath of this like witch that lives in the castle. They call him the Queen. All Eco wants to do is just get out of the castle and just like go back to the village. He just wants to get out of there. And in so doing, he comes across this young woman, Yorda. They don't speak the same language, but he basically figures like this castle sucks. Let's all get out of here, right? That's like the plot of Eco. It's like very simple. It's almost elegantly simple, or it's almost elegant in its simplicity. For a first time playthrough, you can probably get through Eco in probably 5 or 6 hours. It's not very long at all. Now to get the platinum for Eco is pretty tricky. You have to beat the whole game in less than 2 hours. And here's the real bitch. You can't skip cutscenes in Eco. And the cutscenes still count towards your final time. So in reality, you have about an hour and 20 minutes to get to the final checkpoint in Eco before like the end of the game starts with like the linear set pieces and the bosses and stuff like that. You have an hour and 20 minutes to basically get through the whole game. It's insane. It's ridiculous. The way I did it was I literally was watching a speed run, and I would watch like 4 seconds of the speed run, and then I would like move 4 seconds and pause, and I would like keep going back and forth. Eco's going to be a PS1 game. Eco was going to be a PlayStation 1 game, so all right, gather around. Daddy Cashmere is going to tell you the story of Eco, right? So Eco is the brainchild of a young man. Well, he's not young anymore. Named Fumito Ueda. Fumito Ueda is one of my favorite game designers of all time. I fucking love this dude. But he's also a bit dictatorial when it comes to how he runs his team. So Fumito Ueda was very interested in art. He wanted to be an artist. But for whatever reason, he went down the path of a game designer. So he worked for a little company called Warp. And Warp was led by the equally brilliant Kenji Eno. And if you don't know who Kenji Eno is, this is way too much to go into for this conversation. But Kenji Eno created D, Enemy Zero, and D2. Fumito Ueda got his start in the business as an enemy designer, or encounter designer, for Enemy Zero. After he worked at Warp, he decided to like branch out on his own. and he pitched a game to Sony. That game would eventually be Eco. But he didn't pitch it in a way like normal people would do it. Fumito Ueda made a whole ass FMV that would like show the concept of like what he wanted to do, which you can find online to this day. And he's so impressed Sony with his like, ambition and vision that they gave him a team of like 6 people and however many millions of dollars to like make this game for the PlayStation 1. Well, it wasn't working. So Fumito Ueda wanted a game that was like seamless. He didn't want loading screens to separate the parts of the castle. And that proved to be almost impossible on the PlayStation 1. It was like 2 years in, and they didn't really have a build that they could like show off anywhere. So Fumito Ueda went to Sony and basically said, like, I need some more money. And Sony said, well, you're not going to get any more money, but how about this? We're coming out with the PlayStation 2, right? If you can take what you have and get something that's like sellable on the PlayStation 2 when it like within like 2 or 3 months of its releasing, we'll give you that extra money, but it has to be on the PlayStation 2 and it has to be like releasable within 3 months. Like, can you do it? And if you didn't know this, if someone asks you in business if you can do it, you almost always say yes, because if you say no, then like you'll never have a chance to try. So Fumito Ueda said, yeah, let's do it. So he said yes. They gave him the money. They gave him the time. They took what they had, put it on the PlayStation 2. And the PlayStation 2 was just such like light years ahead of the PlayStation 1. They were like, oh, we could expand this. So Eco was probably one of, if not the first ever game developed for the PlayStation 2. Maybe not. Okay, one of, if not the first ever third-person party game developed for the third party. It was one of the very earliest games developed for the PlayStation 2, and it came out in 2001. It didn't sell well at all. Fumito Ueda's games are like the Velvet Underground. What I mean by that is, not many people bought their albums, but everyone that did started a band. Like if you talk to a lot of game designers and a lot of people that got into video games, they're gonna mention Eco, Shadow of the Colossus, as big inspirations. If Fumito Ueda's shadow looms large in game design, even Dave Jaffe, his more recent behavior notwithstanding, the man created God of War, and he said that a big inspiration for God of War 1's structure was Eco. He said that everyone in the office was playing Eco to get an idea of what they wanted, of how I wanted them to make God of War 1 and how I wanted it to flow. Eco is a wonderful game. Both Eco and Shadow of the Colossus made me cry my eyes out when I got to the end for the first time. Shadow of the Colossus more than Eco, because Shadow of the Colossus is an emotional roller coaster from like right before the final boss to the credits roll. It's just wild. I love how maybe 20 minutes of this has been like actual stream and the rest has just been like shit talking. Shadow of the Colossus is probably more of my murdered parents than Eco. Shadow of the Colossus is a fucking gorgeous game. Shadow of the Colossus is so good. Like, Shadow of the Colossus is like my favorite video game story. Even though there's really not much there. Like, Shadow of the Colossus is not built like most games. Like, I talked about this in the Shadow of the Colossus Platinum, which is on the YouTube channel. But let me try to summarize this. If you've never played Shadow of the Colossus, you'll never be able to like understand what I'm saying. But Shadow of the Colossus is like a painting. So if modern games are paced like movies or TV shows, Shadow of the Colossus is paced like a painting. So when you first look at a painting, you see everything there is. You see everything on the surface right away. There's no DLC for a painting, like it's all there. but there's a lot of hidden meaning to almost every painting you're ever going to see. And the more you look at it, the more you start to see like what the artist is really going for. Like the more you notice. Like if you look at a painting, yes, you're going to see everything that's there, but you don't really understand what you're looking at. And Shadow of the Colossus is kind of the same way. Shadow of the Colossus doesn't hide anything from you. Like Shadow of the Colossus, there's almost nothing optional to discover. There's no like hidden lore. There's no like hidden data logs or anything like that. Like it's all there. It's right in front of you. But you might not really understand it, and you might not really be able to like interpret it until you play through the game a couple times. It's like a painting. Like the ending of Shadow of the Colossus, it's all there. Like it's all there. It's all out in front of you, and it all sort of makes sense. But there's so many hidden meanings to everything. And Shadow of the Colossus is probably the game that, off the top of my head, I think it's the most rewarding, like, replaying. It's a game that you'll get the most out of replaying. What am I trying to say? Shadow of the Colossus, unlike any other game I've ever played, really rewards repeat playthroughs. Because the ending of Shadow of the Colossus recontextualizes everything else that happened up to that point. But like Shadow of the Colossus doesn't hide things from you. Like they're out in the open, but until you get to the end, you don't really know what's going on. I'm not being like, very good. Like a one-off game can never be touched or replicated. Probably the best explanation I can give. Yeah. Shadow of the Colossus for me, I think I played it at a very vulnerable time in my life. Hey, oh my gosh, I don't have the raid thing on this scene. So I think the first time I ever played Shadow of the Colossus, I played the remake. I didn't know it was a remake. I picked it up on PS Plus. I didn't realize it was a remake until I started playing. I'm like, wow, this looks amazing for a PS2 game. Oh, it's a remake. Cass, sing for the raid. Rules of nature! There you go. What should I sing? I can't sing. Court order. But no, when I played through Shadow of the Colossus for the first time, I was a pretty like it was a pretty rough time in my life. I won't go into any more detail than that, but it was a pretty rough fucking time in my life. So the ending of Shadow of the Colossus is really fucking long, by the way. And for a little while, it looks like Shadow of the Colossus is about to be the most nihilistic game you've ever played in your life. Like like for a little while, it looks like nothing good was achieved through the events of like what you did in Shadow of the Colossus. Like it looks like you might as well have not played the game because the characters end up worse off in the end of the game than they do in the beginning. That's how it appears at first. But if you keep watching, I'm not going to spoil it, but Shadow of the Colossus ends on a very hopeful note. It ends on a very hopeful note for the future. And a big theme of Shadow of the Colossus is the possibility of redemption. And, yeah, redemption. That's the word I want to use. No matter how bad things get, like the sun's going to come up tomorrow. There's going to be another day. You're not always going to be at this lowest point forever. Like there are going to be good days ahead, you know. And the ending of Shadow of the Colossus, I think, is really one of the most hopeful endings in video games I've ever seen because the characters fall so low in that ending, but there is a ray of hope for all of them. And once they're like set up, and once that hope is like out in the open, the game ends. So it ends on a rising note. I wouldn't say a high note, but it ends on a rising note. And it really is up to the player where it goes from there. Some painters like to paint paintings and they liked it. some painters have something very specific to say, and other painters kind of they like the viewer to like fill in the blanks. Shadow of the Colossus is a game where the player is meant to fill in the blanks, and I choose to believe that the characters in Shadow of the Colossus are doing just fine. And the final product is 100. Yo, oh man, I'm it's like 2 in the morning, right? And I'm like on the last Colossus. I'm like, oh, it's the last Colossus. I gotta keep going, right? So it's like 2 in the morning, and I'm about to cross that fucking bridge. Oh, you know that bridge, Mr. Green. Oh, anyone who's played Shadow knows that bridge. So we're about to cross that bridge, and we do, and the cutscene plays. And I am just, I'm like, oh shit, oh god, you know? And you know the bridge. You know the bridge. Aggro. And then the storm starts. And for the first time ever, you hear like music, right? And you climb up that tower, and the sun has gone down, and it's the storm, and the final Colossus is right up there, and oh man, it's like Wander has lost everything. Like Wander has nothing left. He's like barely alive. He's like climbing this fucking Colossus, and he defeats the final Colossus. The last Colossus music is like a fucking requiem. It's so somber. Here's something else. So where the last Colossus is, when you get to the top of his head and you look out, you can see all of the pillars of light. So think about this. Like the last Colossus can't move. He's chained to the ground. He's bolted to the ground. He can't move. And he can't really sit down. All he can do is just like look ahead, and what he saw was you basically killing all the other Colossi, because when they die, the pillars go up. So all he has, that's why he's so defensive. That's why he attacks you on sight so quickly, because he knows you're coming to kill him. And he just saw you kill all of his brothers, the sisters. Like imagine how the Colossus feels, like as you're plunging that sword one final time into his head. I can talk about Shadow forever. Like, do the Colossi, are the Colossi really afraid? Or which one is my favorite Colossi? In terms of gameplay, probably Phalanx. In terms of like lore and story, probably Malice. I think Malice is the fan name of the last. Is Colossi 16. Phalanx is Colossi 14? No, Colossi 13. Colossi 13. Gaius. Gaius is Colossi 3. Colossi 3 is rough on hard time attack in the PS3 version. You don't have enough time to do it normally. You have to do the sword jump. So you have to jump from the sword as he kind of like raises it up out of the ground. You have to do the sword jump. There's no other way to make the time on hard time attack for the PS3. Gaius is probably the sole reason why Gaius and Colossi 15 are the sole reasons why that game is an 8 out of 10. If it wasn't for them, it'd probably be a 5 out of 10. But because of those two, it's an 8 out of 10. So hard. It took me like 2 entire streams just to get Gaius on hard time attack. Like 6 hours. It was ridiculous. And for like 2 hours, I felt like I was making no progress at all. You did it. You got Alien Isolation. The four-legged second one. That's Colossi 2. I forget the fan names. I'm sorry. I know the first one is Valis. Oh, Colossi 2 is Quadratus. I know my Shadow of the Colossus lore, even though it's not official in its fan names. According to the devs, they only ever call them Colossi 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like their official names. Reign over me. Reign over me. I know what movie you're talking about. Shadow of the Colossus is like this... Or you mean Rin over me? Shadow of the Colossus gets like a really nice pat. Yeah, back when I played on PS2, my system broke when I was on the last one. It beat the game 2 years later, so that save on 15 from like 2008 I never got to finish. Yeah, so I started playing Shadow back in like 2011 or something, and I just never got very far. It wasn't until years later that I gave it another chance, and I'm so glad I did. See if I can find it. Oh wait, I need to switch back to the screen. There it is. Okay, so we got the platinum on April 15th, 2022. The first boss was defeated 10/28/2011. Yeah, between Colossi 7 and Colossi 8, it was 10 years. Almost exactly. November 2011 to October 2021. I think we're going to call it. I need to edit the platinum pop and put it up on the channel. Ooh, Almighty Gangster is streaming. Let's raid Almighty Gangster. Oh, excuse me. I'm fading fast, guys. I might fall asleep while I'm on stream. Alright, everyone. Hey, Mr. Green. It's nice to see you, man. It's been a while. I think it's been like an entire year. But it's nice to see you, man. You're always welcome here. For now, we're going to raid Almighty Gangster. And I am going to... I think I'm just going to go to sleep. I'll upload the Platinum Pop tomorrow. I'll upload the VOD tonight. I'll edit the Platinum Pop tomorrow, and I'll finish adding all my games to the spreadsheet. Got a lot to do tomorrow. Okay. Oh, Hyper Knight Raven, you were here. All right, everybody. I had an awesome time. Now we're going to raid Almighty Gangster. Gangster, gangster. I spell his name right. Spell his name right? I did spell his name right. Alright, everybody. I'm going to sleep. Because it's way past my bedtime. There's no reason for me to stay up and do this when I can do it tomorrow. Alright. Take care, everybody. And Kashmir is out.